bet this is a fact that 14% on any given day, 14% of American workers want to punch someone. Doesn't that seem low? It's like, what are the other 86%? They're just like egging them on, come on. Yeah, it's hard. Work is hard. It's not the work, it's fitting in. Is that not true? I used to work for a place, and I didn't really understand the culture. Like, my boss spoke entirely in sports metaphors. He'd be like, we gotta hit a home run, we gotta carry the ball down the field, and I don't follow sports, so I would answer with literary allusions, like I'm on it, like Troilus was on Cressida, and I didn't fit in. I didn't really like the people that much, and they didn't like me. But to his credit, my boss wanted to help me fit in, and he sent me to an image consultant where I learned a lot of things like curly hair is not serious. Isn't that borderline racist? Like, it really, it's like you have to have straight hair. Don't wear dangly earrings. They're slutty. And my clothes weren't right. Like, I wear jewel tones. I'm Semitic, it looks good. No, wear beige. Who looks good in beige? People with a house in Kennebunkport. I mean, it's just... It was bad. But the worst thing is, they sent me to presentation skills training, and I need both hands. And they told me, keep your gestures in the gesture box, like shoulder to whatever. You're like, keep it like, because if you do this, like, you look out of control. Like, do anyone ethnic working here at all? It's like, keep your gestures. So I'm like, okay, I need this job. I have to fit in. So it was my turn to do my presentation, and I was like, our new product is going to be huge. We're going to push the needle here to here. It's aggressive. So, we didn't get along, but it wasn't like a crisis until this particular company had two business units. They had software developers, and they had a call center. And the software developers, it was before they discovered India, so they were all white men making six-figure salaries, coming to work in late model SUVs. And the call center were African-American women making $9 an hour, coming to work on the 125 bus. And then the company, the big corporate company, decided to lay off. They were going to spin off the call center, essentially lay off all the black people. So I went to see my boss, who was the vice president, and I was like, Bill, can I give you some feedback? And you just laid off all the black people. Like, I think that's illegal. And he was like, well, I don't see color. You know this guy, okay. He's like, I don't care if people are blue, yellow, or green, like we're living in some sort of Smurfy paradise with no history of discrimination. He goes, I just really hire people I'm comfortable with. I'm like, Bill, your comfort zone would fit in the gesture box. But you don't change people by yelling at them. So I said, look, I understand where you're coming from. It's hard to find women and minorities who look and act just like white men. And 2 days later, I was laid off. First they come for the blacks, then the Jews. It's an age-old story. But I wasn't sorry to go because I have a job now where I teach unconscious bias. So thank you for letting me share my story.